one.
Don't go away.
Seen one, but it didn't pick me up.
You saw him? Well, we got an expert coming out here.
You saw a UFO?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was on an airplane. That's where you usually see them.
How many drinks did you have?
None. I don't drink. I'm a normal person.
Oh, I'm sorry. The guest is coming.
Kids, we're doing an intro here. No, this is good. We'll keep it going because my next guest is an expert on these people, and he's the author of this book, Intruders, The Incredible Visitation at Copley Woods. Please welcome UFO investigator Bud Hopkins. Bud. No, you can't.
Don't mind us, Bud.
No, is that...
I'm used to strange people.
You are used to strange people.
You've had them all. Have you had... Now, Gary claims to have seen a UFO on a plane. Is that a common occurrence?
Interested in what you saw, Gary. Tell me.
All I saw was a light that was following exactly along with our plane. I was sitting in the passenger window. I kept telling my mom, "Mom, look."
You were sitting in the window? Why don't you sit in the seat?
No, I was sitting in the plane. In first class, looking at a red light.
See how he throws that in?
All right.
Looking at a red light and a green light. And there was no body, no shape or nothing, just these two lights.
Was it Christmas?
No.
Just checking.
Gary, did it move away or did it just stay there?
Well, I turned to my mother, stupid me, you know, because, you know, when you turn away from these things, they're not there. I said, "Ma, will you look out the..." Where'd it go? Ma, there was just something here. I was trying to tell you that it was there, and it wasn't there anymore. I mean, I turned my back for 2 seconds. It wasn't there. Now, what do you call it?
Well, it sounds like you might have had a UFO sighting. Who knows?
My God.
Gary,
I want 2 copies of your book. Mine look just like this.
you got the $40, Jay. We'll strike a deal.
Now, is that a common occurrence in a sense that one person sees it and nobody else does?
No, that is not a common occurrence. Usually, if it's up there and one person sees it, a lot of people see it. And we have astronauts, we have politicians, we have show business personalities, people on every walk of life. Now, the experience that I'm dealing with are people who have had these abduction experiences. And I know it sounds funny, and it isn't funny, because it's very much as if they're in the position of a kidnapped victim and even a kind of a rape victim. Because part of the procedure is these people are paralyzed, they cannot move, they're taken into a UFO, put on a table. There's a physical examination that is invasive and very scary, and they are simply helpless.
But do they know what's going on when they're there? They just can't do anything about it?
They can't do anything about it. And then they're taken back out of the craft, and this is a procedure, incidentally, that starts in childhood, and they're picked up over a number of years as if they're an object of study, the way we would study an animal.
So like you tag an ear and follow migration?
Exactly.
Now, what do you think they're doing? Why do you think they're doing this? How do you know they're doing this?
Well, we have done all kinds of investigation of the cases from the point of view of trying to eliminate any psychological explanation, also trying to check out all the physical evidence. And these people are usually, when they're picked up as a child, a deep cut is made as if a layer of cells is removed from their body for apparent study. The scars are extremely similar from case to case to case.
It's very shocking. I mean, tell me about these are separate incidents
these
here?
These are drawings that were made by 2 different people in 2 different cases. We have many, many, many cases like this where people are making drawings that are so incredibly similar. The details that come through in these cases are incredibly similar too, down to really the finest, most finely tuned tiny detail of maybe the equipment used on in the interior.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
You talking about the drawings and things. Do these people ever describe what these spaceships look like? I mean, I hear cigars, and then the government goes, "Oh, that's one of our NASA tests. Don't worry about it." Then people talk about circles. They say, "Oh, that's a weather balloon." What do these things look like?
There are a lot of different types that are reported, but the usual thing is a disc-shaped object like 35 feet or so in diameter.
Do you think the government, if they know about it, they don't just don't want to let it out for
exactly.
For what reason?
The basic theory that we have is that the government hasn't talked to them. They don't know our little friends, whoever they are. There's been no communication, so we don't know what their intentions are. And if all the president could do is say that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the CIA has told them that apparent space vehicles are operating at will in our environment, there's nothing we can do. They can outfly anything we have. They can paralyze and take aboard our people when they want to at will. They haven't talked to us. We'll let you know when they decide to talk to us and tell us what their intentions are long term. And I said, if that's the only thing a president could say, I would rather be in the liquor business than the real estate business at a time like that. I mean, we would have panic.
I got another question for you. Now, in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, these UFOs came out of the sky, went to the house, and went to take somebody. Now, do you have any documentation in your book where the UFOs come to take somebody, to their home to come get them. Not necessarily driving down the street, oh, Ma, that's a beautiful moon, and then that's all the last thing they see.
They do come to people's houses, and they have taken people. And when a UFO comes down and is reported, let's say the neighbors see the thing over somebody's house. When it comes down, if there are tree branches up above, they're broken and snapped downwards. The ground is affected. The person comes back, is taken, and comes back with a deep cut or something. There's a lot of physical evidence that's going on.
Feed them that cheese log, they'll never come back. I knew we'd get a laugh on the cheese log before the show was over. Yeah.
Well, Bud, it's real interesting. We got to take a break. Thank you for being here. We're going to take a break and continue our show. All right, well, we'll get to your question, but I'm the host. I get the first question.
That's right. Will has the first question, so be good.
How do you know if, like, you wake up one day and you say, how do I know if I was abducted?
A typical thing, a family's driving back home. They have to be back at 11 o'clock. It's 11:15. They're 15 minutes away from home. They see a light shining down in the car. Suddenly, there's no more light on the car. They don't remember it turning off. They get home, and they suddenly find it's 12:30. They don't understand what happened at the time. They all feel very peculiar. They're very frightened to go back to that area again. Then they begin having dreams about having the car stopped, being taken aboard in the UFO and so forth. And then they will somehow write to me or someone else, and we will look into the case.
So you have like a little questionnaire that you put out to see if people feel that there's
and there are lots of ways of using questions to try to separate out people who are mentally ill, and there are people like that.
Yeah. Now we had a question. Speaking of mentally ill, here's a.
It's my turn.
You're the teacher.
I want to tell. Well, could you hold that first picture up next, the yellow one, right? Just put it like next to you. Could you take your glasses off?
I'm not kidding. Stop for that.
She knows how to.
We are out of time. We had a terrific show. I want to thank all of my guests. Dion Meal, thank you for being here. Gary Coleman, thank you. Good luck with the album. Jay Thomas, come back and visit us. Stay good on Cheers. Kathy Ladman, good luck with the comedy career. Bud Hopkins, thank you for being here. Come back and visit us. We'll do a show on. And Robin Leach was here. We want to thank Robin. Had to go.